Good morning, students. This is Harcharan Singh, and you all are welcome to the e-learning portal of Cambridge International School, Dasua. As you know, we are reading the first textbook, that is Hornbill. Students, before we start the next, I'm just going to recap the previous chapter that we read, that is The Ailing Planet, The Green Movement's Role by Nani Palkhiwala. In this chapter, as you know, this is a newspaper article published in the Indian Express, and that is about the Green Movement that started in 1972 in New Zealand. This is about the deteriorating health of the Earth, that is our planet, and the Green Movement that started in 1972 that helped environmentalists to raise awareness about the harmful condition of the Earth. And since then, this movement has been helping people to change their viewpoint and their thinking about the earth. Now we have started taking earth as a living organism because it has its own vital processes and metabolism. Then the World Commission on Environment and Development gave a term, sustainable development. That means we should use all the resources in such a way that after we use them, we have to keep them for our next generations also. We must not waste any resource. So, next we read the man has been called the world's most dangerous animal because man shares this earth with 1.4 million other living species, but rather than being their partner, man dominates the rest of the species. Then the Brand Commission raised a question. Are we going to leave our successors a scorched planet of advancing deserts and impoverished landscapes and ailing environment? Then we read about four principal biological systems of the earth that are fisheries, grasslands, forests, and croplands. These are the foundation of the global economic system. These four systems also provide food and raw material for industries except for minerals and synthetics. With these systems becoming unsustainable, fisheries will collapse, the forest will slowly disappear, and grasslands will turn into barren wastelands, and croplands will become worse. In poor countries, forests are being cut down for fuel wood, which is used for cooking purposes. There are some areas where the cost of fuel wood is more than the cost of food. It's leading to deforestation at an alarming rate. One of the reasons for the exploitation of the environment is the increasing population. It is observed that about 1 million population is increasing in every 4 days. This is not a good sign. There is an urgent need to control overpopulation in the world. Development is the best contraceptive for this problem as it will help in reduction in fertility, increase in education and income and improvement in health. We must see the world as a whole, not as disassociated parts. It is a holistic and ecological view. According to Lester Brown, we have not inherited the earth from our forefathers, but we have borrowed it from our future generations. Students, the next we are going to start is a poem, Childhood by Marcus Nathan. In this poem, the poet wants to know where has his childhood gone. He also wants to know when he lost his childhood. The poet wonders whether he lost his childhood when he was 11. He wonders whether he lost his childhood when he started thinking rationally. Then he talks about the hypocrisy of the elders, the adults. Then he talks about uh, when he started thinking himself. The poet wonders when and where he lost his childhood. This is the poem about that we are going to begin. So here we go. The poet says, when did my childhood go? Was it the day I ceased to be 11? Was it the time I realized that hell and heaven could not be found in geography and therefore could not be? Was that the day? When did my childhood go? Was it the time I realized that adults were not all they seemed to be? They talked of love and preached of love, but did not act so lovingly. Was that the day? When did my childhood go? Was it when I found my mind was really mine to use it whichever way I choose, producing thoughts that were not those of other people but my own and mine alone? Was that the day? Where did my childhood go? It went to some forgotten place that is hidden in an infant's face. That is all I know. So, students, first of all, I'm going to explain you the first stanza, that is, when did my childhood go? Was it the day I ceased to be 11? Was it the time I realized that hell and heaven could not be found in geography and therefore could not be? Was that the day? In these lines, the first line is the poet wants to know when he lost his childhood. He asked himself, was it the day when he was no longer 11 years old, when he became 11? Was it the day when he realized that hell and heaven existed and yet they could not be found in geography or on the map? He realized that they are imaginary places that actually do not exist in this world. So, the poet here wants to know when he lost his childhood. Was it the time when he became 11 years old? Or when he realized that hell and heaven, as he thought as a child, that in his fantasy there are two places like hell and heaven. But after some time, when he grew up, he realized that these two places are nowhere on the geography. They cannot be found anywhere on the earth. So they do not exist anywhere. When he realized this, that hell and heaven are nowhere, was it the time when he lost his childhood? In the second stanza again, the poet wants to know when he lost his childhood. When did my childhood go? He said, the second line, was it the time I realized that adults were not all they seemed to be? The poet thinks, was it the time when he realized, when he felt that the adults, the grown ups, what they try to show, what they try to pretend, they are not like that. They only pretend, they only show, they are hypocrites. They do something else, they say something else. They talked of love and preached of love. Preach means to talk to someone. He said adults or the grown ups, they talked of love. They talk about love and peace. They preached of love. They tell each other that we should live with love with each other, but did not act so lovingly. But their acts, they are not so lovingly. Means In this stanza, the poet wants to tell when he realized that adults only try to show that they love each other. Actually, they do not love, they only talk about love. They pretend that they love each other, but they do not do so. The poet asks, was it the time when he lost his childhood? The next stanza is, when did my childhood go? Was it when I found my mind was really mine to use whichever way I choose, producing thoughts that were not those of other people but my own and mine alone? Was that the day? In this stanza also the poet asks the same question, when did my childhood go? He wants to know the time when he lost his childhood. Then the poet wonders, was it when I found my mind was really mine to use whichever way I choose? The poet wonders, was it the time when he started realizing that his mind was his own and he could use it the way he wanted? Means he does not need to follow the instructions or thoughts of any other people. He can use his mind himself. He can use the way he wants, producing thoughts that were not those of other people, but my own and mine alone. Then the poet wonders, was it the time when his mind started giving birth to its own thoughts and did not need to depend upon the thoughts of others? It has its own ideology, its own thought process. Its mind started making own thoughts and does not need to follow others' thoughts. That means the poet wonders, was that the time when he lost his childhood, when he started making his own thoughts and he became an individual at that time. In the last stanza, that is, where did my childhood go? It went to some forgotten place that is hidden in an infant's face. That's all I know. Here, the poet again wonders, where has his childhood gone? He concludes that his childhood had gone to some forgotten place which will never come back. He cherished his innocence when which vanished now and could be only seen in a baby's face. He has the sweet memories of his childhood, and that is the only thing that he remembers. That is why he conveys a message that the innocence of childhood stays till the time one is an infant, and that is all he knows. So, in the last stanza, the poet tells that his childhood has gone to some forgotten place. He does not know the place. He has only memories of his childhood, and he only remembers himself as an infant and he had an innocent face. That is why he tells that his childhood is hidden in an infant's face, and that is all the poet knows. Students, I'm just going to repeat the poem. Listen to it carefully. This poem is about the poet's lost childhood. The poet wants to know when he lost his childhood. First, he asks, was that the time when he ceased to be 11? Then he started thinking when he realized that hell and heaven, those are only two imaginary places that do not exist anywhere in the world. He asks, when he realized that hell and heaven do not exist anywhere in the world, was that the time when he lost his childhood? Means when his thinking became abstract, when he started thinking with logic, with reason. Was that the time? Then the poet asks where he lost his childhood. When he lost his childhood, was it the time I realized that adults were not all they seem to be? The poet asks, the second possibility is when he came to know that the adults, the grown ups, they pretend that they love each other. They show that we should live with harmony and peace, but they are not so lovingly. They only pretend. That is the hypocrisy of elders, that they show that they love, but they do not love each other. When the poet came to know this trait of the elders, he said, was that the time when he lost his childhood? In the next stanza, the poet asks, was that the time when his mind started giving birth to his own ideas rather than following the thoughts, rather than following the ideas of others? He had his own ideology and his own thought process. Was that the time when he lost his childhood? When he started making his own choices, his own likes, dislikes, means his own thinking behind everything. Was that the time? Then the poet in the last stanza asks, where has his childhood gone? He does not remember anything. He only remembers one innocent face, and that is the poet's face when he was an infant. He remembers his childhood memories and his innocent face. That is the only thing that he remembers. That's why the poet asks, might be that was the place where he lost his childhood, that is hidden in an infant's face, and that is the only thing that the poet knows. Thank you.